Good afternoon and welcome to the Institute Day 2022. We start proceedings with invocation. Request everybody to rise for the invocation. We are led by Professor Arulmozhi Selvan of the Mechanical Engineering Department. Tamil Thai Vazhuthu.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் வதனமென திகழ்பரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கணமும் அதிர்ச்சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை முதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம் வியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே
The President of the Student Council, Mr. Madhav Agarwal, will welcome the gathering.
Hello and welcome to the 59th Institute Day of NIT Tiruchirappalli. I'd like to start by welcoming the dignitaries present on stage. Firstly, a very warm welcome to Dr. V. Kamakoti, the Director of IIT Madras and our chief guest for the day. Professor Kamakoti has been a pioneer in the Computer Science and Engineering Department at IIT Madras. He was part of the National Security Advisory Board constituted by the Government of India. He, along with his team, developed India's first indigenous microprocessor, Shakti. Thank you for joining us on this momentous occasion, sir. Next, I would like to welcome our beloved Director Ma'am, Dr. G. Aguila, and our Chairman, Board of Governors, Shri Bhaskar Bhatt. They say, before you criticize someone, walk a mile in their shoes. This 1 year has been a journey of growth, a journey of self-realization, and a journey of great perseverance. I would like to welcome the deans, the registrar, members of the administration, the faculty and the staff. Lastly, a very warm welcome to the 7,000 plus students who have tuned in online and offline and whom I've represented this past year. I would also like to thank the present media for their presence. The Institute Day is a moment of great pride for the college and all its stakeholders. The progress this college has made is the collective effort of all the students, the staff, the alumni, the faculty in making sure that the work keeps going on. Reminiscing about the past year, there are bound to be both highs and lows. But one thing that's been consistent is the people and the growth as part of the process. In the face of uncertainty, this council has managed to not only aid in restoring the buzzing classrooms and study halls, but has raised the bar higher with a vision and a thirst to execute initiatives envisaged by multiple batches of students. To give you all a glimpse of the past year, I have personally interacted with 3 directors this past year. But all included, we are indebted to Dr. Aguila Ma'am, our director for the next 5 years, for receiving this institute so graciously and open-heartedly. It's almost like you've already been here for a few years, ma'am. The Students' Council is a welcoming opportunity. Throughout the 4 years of my college, I've had the chance to meet some truly amazing people, an opportunity that makes you realize the burden of responsibility on your shoulders. On one end, the council gets recognition, yet on the other, you are welcomed by phone calls from 7,000 1,500 plus students at random intervals of the day. Personally, I've embraced every moment of this journey. Very often, students ask me to justify their vote. Today, with a head held high, I can vouch and say that we've laid the groundwork. And in the months to come, you will be able to see visible change and our efforts bearing fruition. These are the efforts of the members who have walked with me from office to office in the scorching heat this past academic year. Members who have been truthful, honest, and transparent in their work. We've built relations from scratch, established trust in the council, and mediated between the administration and the students, eliminating the communication gap to the maximum possible extent. At this moment of my welcome address, I'd like to call upon someone whose work this past year has been absolutely crucial to this council. To talk in detail about what we've achieved this year, there's no better person than Anirudh R., the Technical Secretary of the Students' Council.
Thank you, Madhav, for calling, for calling on me during this occasion. Our chief guest, Sri Professor Kamakoti, Director Ma'am, Dr. G. Aguila, Deans, Head of Departments, admin members, staff, and my dear friends, good afternoon. As much as I would like to call this year as seamless, in reality, we had a year filled with uncertainty, a year of challenges, a year that demanded dynamic decisions and actions from the administration, faculty, staff, council, and students. The fact that we are all gathered here today is a testament to the undeterred focus and dedication of all stakeholders. The pandemic created a massive barrier, causing a lack of the transfer of knowledge and understanding on how the administration works, functions, and the inability to interact and bond with our seniors as well as juniors did not help. As soon as we as a council got to work, we started to learn, we made mistakes, and we learned even more. We failed, and we continued to make progress with our chins up and determined to our cause. The fact to restart and reset to normalcy couldn't have been achieved without the undying support of the administration and an unwavering determination from all those working on the ground. Some key highlights as a council that we have achieved. Streamlining and building a foundation was the theme that ran throughout all our work carried this year. Work at NITT, a program for the students to give back to the students' community in association with the Student Aid Fund, deserves to be our cornerstone, for it will speed up the progress of this institution in the years to come. Student-alumni relations grew exponentially with funding, mentorship, and support offered by RECAL and SITE, deserving a grand mention. Under the stewardship of the SW office, a large focus was put on more faculty-student interaction, even in non-academic activities. Detailed documentation of student activities, past and present, was also initiated. Reopening facilities, renovation, and utilization required hands-on work from the entire institution. Student innovation, paper publication, patenting, and tech transfer will reap fruits from the initiation of in-house fabrication, resource sharing, and management and other mechanisms set in place this year. Software development was refocused towards a long-term development vision with version 1 of the centralized NITT app and students portal, a step towards the longevity in initiatives taken. Campus development was taken as a priority even for student club work. Student fest, clubs, and department associations found reserves of manpower and knowledge to execute some of the best college memories that I and the rest of the student community will cherish. My summary doesn't do justice to the sheer quantity and effort put into the new initiatives taken this year, let alone the on-paper responsibilities that we hope we aced. The tireless days and nights, the situations that we met with, the experience we gained, the bruises and the memories that this year has left were all part of the journey. NITT is not a place, it is the people. To my fellow council members, the technical council, FEST members, association teams, contingents, friends, and most importantly, the administration. Thank you for being with us throughout the journey. Thank you for your constant feedback. Thank you for being who you are. Our work was to justify and overcome all expectation, and we hope we did. The sheer joy of having this Institute Day with students, faculty, and administration is always a moment as we as a council would cherish. Over to you, Madhav.
So to commemorate our efforts, we ask from the students present here today to not see this as an opportunity to reminisce, but as an opportunity to think about how much higher you can go. And trust me when I say this, there are unparalleled horizons waiting for you to conquer them. This council had the blessings of our beloved Dr. N. Kumaresan sir since day one of our inception. Very rarely would you find a person as dedicated as him towards the welfare of students and selfless in terms of recognition for the work he's done. I know, sir, we've asked a lot of students to directly mail you, but thank you for always having our back and supporting us in our initiative. I would like to thank the entire SW office for their relentless support. I would like to thank the hostel convener, Dr. U.S. Reddy, for his faith in the council members. There is a separate vote of thanks which will be given by Pooja, but I want to take this opportunity to personally thank my day ones. Biggest thanks to my fellow council members, Pooja, Santosh, Rahul, Anirudh, Gokul, Nishant, Abhishek, Rohit, Chris Alice, Sindhuja, Pranita, and Vishnu. I hope you call me at least once a year. To my support systems, Naren, Nitin, Anand, Suvina, Sumant, Bhavesh, and Haradi. To the FEST teams for doing an amazing job. A big thanks to my batchmates and my seniors. I owe a lot of what I am today to them. I would like to thank my department for giving me the opportunity to excel, and lastly, but most importantly, my family for their love and their blessings. I would like to welcome and congratulate all the award winners present here today. You all have been spectacular and pat yourselves on the back for what you've achieved. For those of you out there, the ones that are too harsh on themselves, please remember to look back and appreciate how far you've come. Find what you love and pursue it. And just remember that college is just 4 years of your entire life. With a pledge to uphold the integrity of this institute, I would like to warmly welcome each and every one of you to the 59th Institute Day of the National Institute of Technology, Tiruchirappalli. Thank you.
Thank you, Madhav, for a unique welcome address. That was a welcome address, a presidential address, and a vote of thanks all rolled into one. And then also a departure from the script. You thought of bringing on your technical secretary, which even took me by surprise. But I thought it all adds to the drama of the moment and makes it all the more historic and memorable. So I thought when we are just coming back to this barn, and when barn itself is breathing new life, we would have your share of the spectacle also. Thank you very much. And on my own behalf, I think I should welcome everybody to this wonderful Institute Day. With the promise that we wouldn't have any more surprises, it's my distinct pleasure to invite our Dean of Academic Programs, Dr. N. Kumaresan, to talk about this institute, which in the academic year gone by saw a tremendous increase in student strength, in the number of PhDs we graduated, and then the record publications we registered, and also in the number of patents we filed and registered. So on that note, may I hand over the mic to our Dean of Academic Programs, Dr. N. Kumaresan.
Esteemed Chief Guest, Professor V. Kamakodi, Director, Indian Institute of Technology, Madras, Chairperson, Board of Governors, Sri Bhaskar Bhatt, Director, Dr. Aguila, Deans, HODs, Registrar in Charge, Faculty, Alumni, Staffs, Students, Guest of Honor, present media, and ladies and gentlemen who are all watching in online mode, good afternoon to all of you. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome each one of you to the 59th Institute Day celebration at the National Institute of Technology, Tiruchirappalli. Dr. Kamakodi, Director, IIT Madras and Chief Guest of Institute Day 2022 is a renowned personality, renowned engineer, professor and so on. He says, thinking differently will enable to come out with new concepts, process and products in the era of Industry 4.0, where the technology is emerging amazingly in all fields of human endeavor. He is also an advocate of the fact that unconventional or out of work thinking is needed in order to innovate. Our students are honored to receive laurels from Dr. Kamakodi for their achievements during the past academic year. So, welcome, sir. It gives immense pleasure and honor to report some of the laudable achievements of NIT Tiruchirappalli today. Our tradition of academic and research excellence has never hides this year. First, I am happy to report that our academic and students' life activities have resumed at full throttle. In fact, NIT Tiruchirappalli has resumed offline academic activities for several programs. Unlike the previous years, the health risk of COVID-19 is under control. I am hopeful that we'll be fully operational from the next academic year and will welcome all our students back to our campus. I also take this opportunity to thank all the faculty and staff members, in particular the Office of the Students Welfare, hostel administration, medical team, security, estate, and most importantly, Students' Council for making this possible. After all, what does NIT Tiruchirappalli campus look like without its over 7,800 students in the campus? The 17th convocation was held on 25th September 2021 through blended mode with limited number of dignitaries on the dais. The convocation address was delivered by Sri T.V. Narendran, CEO and Managing Director of Tata Steel and the President of CII. Compared to 2020, NIT Tiruchirappalli set itself a new record, awarding 1,793 degrees to 895 undergraduates, 744 postgraduates, and 174 PhD graduates during the 17th convocation. It's my pleasure to report to you on the accomplishment and the milestones of 2021. Let me now present to you the outstanding achievements and the contributions of each department. Department of Architecture. The department has published one book chapter and organized ORCULT and online symposium. Besides this, the faculty attended 7 international conferences and delivered 6 guest lectures. The Department of Computer Application. The faculty of the department published 21 book chapters and organized 4 workshops and conferences. The faculty also delivered 21 lectures and attended 22 international conferences. Students have bagged several global internships. Department of Chemical Engineering. Besides winning several faculty awards, the Department of Chemical Engineering published 1 book and 2 book chapters. The Chemical Engineering Association was inaugurated by Praveen Linga, Dean's Chair, Associate Professor from National University of Singapore. The department also organized an international conference and procured software worth 7.5 lakhs. 2 students bagged internship abroad. The Department of Chemistry. 80 research papers, 8 book chapters were published by faculty of department. 4 sponsor projects to the tune of 2 crores were received from SERB, CSIR and DST. To encourage research and managerial skills of the students, the department conducted a national level students symposium called Horizon. The department also bagged 1 PMRF fellowship. Equipment worth 59.6 lakhs were procured by the department. The Department of Civil Engineering. The department organized 3 international conferences which deliberated on the recent trends and developments in various fields of civil engineering. Faculty of the department, besides publishing 3 books chapters, attended 40 international conferences and workshops and received sponsorship research projects of over 1 crore from various agencies such as DST, CSIR, NR, IDA, etc. The department also procured equipment worth 22.8 lakhs. Computer Science and Engineering Department. The department backed 7 sponsored projects worth 221 lakhs approximately and published 38 research articles in referred journals. It also successfully arranged workshop and guest lectures from reputed industries and organizations. Consultancy project worth 50 lakhs were also carried out in the department. Energy and Environment Engineering. A patent has been granted for an invention titled Biogenic Pickling Solution for Mild Steel. Besides organizing 2 national conferences, the faculty of the department also published 1 book chapter and provided consultancy services to BHEL, HAPP, IOCL and Trichy International Airport. Electronics and Communication Engineering Department. The department has embarked on R&D projects funded by central agencies such as MHRD, DAITY and CERN. The department is also actively administering 2 Spark projects. Under the Spark scheme, 2 foreign faculty from Russia and Canada visited NIT Trichapalli. The faculty of department published 1 book and 6 book chapters. 41 guest lectures were delivered and equipment worth 155 lakhs approximately were procured. The department also organized 9 conferences and workshops. Electrical and Electronics Engineering Department. The department has proven its excellence in research by publishing papers in reputed journals and filing patents. POSOCO Award and PMRF were received by the students of the department. Major equipment worth approximately 15 lakhs was procured. 49 research articles, sponsored projects worth 191.26 lakhs and 7 patents were granted for the department. Besides this, the department organized 15 workshops, short-term training programs, etc. Humanities and Social Sciences. The faculty delivered 51 guest lectures, organized 5 national workshops, and published 19 books and book chapters. The department also purchased Language Lab software. The faculty published more than 20 articles in indexed journals. Department of Instrumentation and Control Engineering. The department published 6 book chapters, 38 articles in indexed journals, and carried out consultancy worth 50 lakhs. It also backed a sponsor project worth 158 lakhs. The department procured major equipment worth 22 lakhs. 4 faculty members and 3 students received global internships. Department of Mathematics. The department published 2 books and organized international conferences, workshops, and outreach events. 3 guest lectures were also organized. It acquired HP Z6 G4 workstation worth 5.57 lakhs. 4 students qualified GATE fellowships and 1 MSc and 2 PhD graduates qualified CSIR bar NET examination. Department of Management Studies. Besides organizing 2 national conferences and 1 research workshop, the faculty of MBA department has published several research articles and delivered guest lectures. I am proud to report you that the first year MBA student Janavi has received a double scholarship for the International Startup Enrichment Tour Scholarship. Department of Mechanical Engineering. The department is placed in 451 to 500 band in the QS World Ranking for the 5th consecutive year since 2017. The department has been granted 6 patents. The faculty of the department published 3 books, 11 book chapters, and organized 1 international conference. Besides this, 1 faculty and 3 students were awarded international internships. The Mechanical Engineering Association established the Mechanical Innovation Center, a platform that encourages innovation among its students this year. The department bagged 1 PMRF fellowship. Metallurgical and Materials Engineering Department. The faculty members of the department published 2 book chapters, organized 5 international conferences, and delivered 9 guest lectures. 3 students won internships abroad. The department also procured equipment worth 127.67 lakhs. Department of Physics, the department bagged 1 PMRF fellowship. The faculty published 3 book chapters, organized 2 national and 2 international conferences. Besides publishing several research articles in the indexed journals, the faculty of the department delivered 11 guest lectures and procured equipment worth 6.45 lakhs. Production Engineering Department, the department published 13 book chapters, 61 Web of Science journals articles, and organized 2 workshops. Rane Brake Linings, Chennai sponsored brake inertia dynamometer equipment worth 80 lakhs approximately. The department also procured equipment worth 28.41 lakhs. The students' placement continues to be maintained at the high percentage. In spite of the pandemic challenges and the global slowdown, I am proud to report that the overall percentage of placement as on 31st March 2021 for the undergraduate program is 90% and the postgraduate program is 85%. NITT SEDI signed an MOU with Tamil Nadu Industrial Investment Corporation Limited and also sponsored and represented Industry Growth Conclave organized by the Tamil Nadu Industrial Investment Corporation Limited with 2 exhibition stalls. Center of Excellence in Manufacturing has granted a revenue of rupees 1.03 lakhs through consultancy for testing, internship for course and workshop and continues to run its activities successfully. The Center of Excellence in Artificial Intelligence is a dedicated center for carrying out research on AI and its applications. The center has obtained research projects from different R&D organizations including DRDO, ISRO, TCS Foundation, etc. It has published 20 research articles and successfully administered 5 sponsored research for consultancy projects. The work of computer support group during pandemic was commendable. Besides giving access to the online easy resources, CSGs supported online classes, hybrid classes, and video conferencing facilities. Despite the challenges posed by the pandemic, the Central Library organized several workshops and seminars to improve the research credentials of the institute. It also received the International Librarian Award sponsored by SLA, SEI, Tech and Engineering Divisions, Special Library Association, USA. Students and other related activities. The cultural mega events Festember was themed. Greek Mystic was conducted in the campus. As part of the event, origami, speed art, cartooning, and several other informal events were organized. Festember was associated with celebrities such as Andrea, Aditi Anuj, Nikita Gandhi, and etc. The Festember Social Responsibility team donated goods and supplies to 3 local hospitals. After a gap of 2 long years, Pragyan, our ISO certified annual International Techno Managerial Festival, happened offline. Dr. Mini Saji Thomas, our immediate past director and professor, Jamia Millia Islamia University, New Delhi, graced the occasion with her inaugural address. With its tagline, "Let's Celebrate Technology," Pragyan included a range of events, workshops, guest lectures, and panel discussion. In collaboration with Scinet and Recall, NIT Tiruchirappalli successfully conducted Sangam, the annual intra-college competition which promotes divergent thinking and seeks to find out out of the box engineering solutions to real life problems. I am also happy to report that NIT Tiruchirappalli celebrated the Sports Feet and Sports Feet Marathon, the annual interdepartmental sports fest. The chief guest was Mr. V. Ramasubramanian of Recall, like the previous year. International Women's Day was celebrated with customary fanfare. Various cultural and sports activities and invited lectures were organized as part of the program. NITFest, our annual interdepartmental cultural extravaganza, was inaugurated by Ms. Atmika, an actress and model and an entrepreneur. Interesting events such as comedy night, choreo night, pro show, musical night added appeal to NITFest. So with this, my RTS wishes to all the achievers, both faculty and students, who will receive medals and awards today. I am sure that NIT Tiruchirappalli would grow leaps and bounds under the able leadership of Chairperson and our new director, Dr. Aguila. Thank you all.
Thank you, Professor Kumaresan. This is the first Institute Day celebration for our director, Madam G. Akhila. She took over as Director, National Institute of Technology, as the second woman director in its history, and we are looking forward to your address, Madam. Over to you.
Greetings. Our chief guest, Professor V. Kamakoti, Director, IIT Madras, Shri Bhaskar Bhatt, Chairperson, Board of Governors, Register in Charge, Deans, HODs, faculty, staff, student, achievers, parents, media representatives, ladies and gentlemen. A warm welcome to one and all present here and all the people who have joined in online also. I must begin by acknowledging our successful transition from a long drawn out virtual learning experience to physical classes, which presented the administration with several logistical challenges. The student welfare and the academic officers successfully coordinated the entry of around 2,500 students in 11 phases, along with a proper process for exit and re-entry. I thank the hostel administration, the hospital staff, the student welfare office, the academic office, and the security team for ensuring a smooth return to normal campus activity. It is heartening to see the young students back on campus, restoring the institute's vibrant campus life. I am also happy to acknowledge that we continue our excellent performance in all the growth markers, retaining our 9th position in engineering and number 1 position among all the NITs, 6th year in a row in the NIRF 2021 rankings. We moved to 23rd position in the overall ranking from 34th in 2018. Our total score improved to 66 with perception at 69. I congratulate the faculty, staff and students, especially the NIRF Task Force and the Ranking Analytics Committee for their tireless efforts. NIT Tiruchirappalli is committed to the implementation of the vision of NEP 2020. The institute initiated direct PhD admissions for BE, BTech, BR graduates for the first time in the academic year 21-22. The institute also launched integrated MTech PhD programs this academic year. Aligning with the objectives of NEP and also to retain leadership roles in the undergraduate and graduate education, NIT Tiruchirappalli has introduced a flexible curriculum and credit transfer from esteemed institutions. We are the only NIT included in the set of PMRF awarding institutions. A total of 13 PhD students out of the allotted 16 students bagged the Prime Minister's Research Fellow Award in 2020, and an additional 6 students were awarded the scholarship in July 2021. This serves to demonstrate the quality of research conducted at NIT Trichy, and I extend my congratulations to the awardees and their supervisors. I am also happy to report that we graduated a total of 1,793 students last year, including 174 PhDs, surpassing our strategic plan's goal of 100 per year. So NIT Trichy continues to make great strides on the research and consultancy front. We published an average of 2,150 SCI journal papers in 2021. Furthermore, we have over 27,000 citations recorded in Scopus and over 20,000 recorded in Web of Science, indicating the quality of publications. In addition to this, our publications in Q1 are showing an increasing trend from year to year. This year, we could witness an increase in the number of sponsored projects being awarded under various schemes like Tata Steel, DST SERB, DAE, DST Seed, GAIL, amounting to over 13 crores. I congratulate all the faculties for their continued effort. The institute filed 14 patents, published 12 patents, and was granted 8 patents in the academic year 21-22. I am also pleased to announce that our faculty put in efforts to generate a consultancy revenue of 3 crores in this academic year 21-22. We have signed many MOUs also. I am delighted to share that our Center for Entrepreneurship Development and Incubation has been selected as the executing agency for implementing the incubator component for promoting 150 growth-oriented micro-enterprises of the self-help group in partnership with the Tamil Nadu State Rural Livelihood Mission under the National Rural Economic Transformation Project of the Ministry of Rural Development, funded by World Bank to the tune of rupees 1.2 crores. Also has signed an MOU with the Tamil Nadu Industrial Investment Corporation Limited. As part of social responsibility and as our continuing commitment to local communities and neighborhood, COE in manufacturing has signed MOU with 67 colleges in South India, 15 industries and 5 startups. The sophisticated instrument facility has been set up as a functional center in 2021 with a vision to cater to the needs of researchers and faculty to carry out advanced research in various science and engineering disciplines under one roof. So the alumni activities, we are grateful for the support offered by RECAL, the Alumni Association of REC NIT Trichy, and for the establishment of the RECAL CAS initiative, through which the alumni have extended invaluable support to mitigate the adverse impact of the pandemic on the NIT Trichy family. Owing to the generous contribution of alumni donors, RECAL has been able to offer infrastructural support to the uninsured alumni requiring critical medical care and the families of deceased alumni. I also wish to acknowledge the contributions of the Alumni Association towards the establishment of the Institute Heritage Center, which was inaugurated in November 21. 92 students were beneficiaries of RECAL and other alumni scholarships in the academic year 21-22. RECAL had helped in organizing alumni cast events in which distinguished alumni share their experiences and inspiring success stories with the institute community. From the infrastructure point, a 500-seater boys' hostel construction is initiated and 6 annexed buildings for the departments of electrical, mechanical, civil, MME, instrumentation and production are planned. This will add 60,000 square meter of build space in the next 2 years. With regards to IT infrastructure, we are setting up 20 smart classrooms with facilities for team-based learning. We invested around 20 crores over the last 3 years to enhance the IT infrastructure of our campus. These initiatives will enhance and take teaching learning to greater heights. So my congratulations to all institute medal winners, endowment and alumni award winners. Congratulations to the Festember and Pragyan teams of 21-22. This account of our achievements in the academic year 21-22 attests to NIT Tiruchirappalli's unassailable spirit and our ability to adapt to the challenges posed and the unprecedented circumstances presented by the pandemic. I thank you all for joining me today in reviewing NIT Trichy's manifold achievements in this academic year 21-22. Once again, I thank everyone who has been responsible for this growth. We will work towards collaborative research between industry and academia, which can result in phenomenal outcomes, which is the need of the hour. This will also enhance the students' educational experience. Let us continue to work together to outdo ourselves in the coming academic year too. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Director. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand by for our technical team to link up with Bangalore. We will now have the Chairperson, Board of Governors, NIT Trichy, Shri Bhaskar Bhatt, addressing us from Bangalore. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Can you hear me? Please just say yes. Because
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm actually in Mumbai, not in Bangalore. I'm at the headquarters of the Tata Group. I mention that only because many Tata luminaries are part of ex-students of NIT alumni, including the chairman himself. But first of all, Director G. Aguila, Chief Guest of the Day, Professor Kamakoti, Director IIT Madras, all faculty, all students, and I can see several alumni members in the audience, members of the media, staff, and perhaps parents of the award winners. Thank you for being here. My sincerest apologies for not being present on this momentous occasion, especially the first large physical gathering of this institute after 2 very, very difficult years. At the outset, you have all heard the impressive achievements of this institute over the last year and over the last several years of having picked up the 9th place amongst all institutes in the NIRF ranking. I believe the ranking is only one aspect of the achievements of this institute. I have been associated for barely 2 years now, but every time I meet the faculty, meet the few students I have met and the staff members, it is overwhelming for me to see the commitment with which all of you have worked towards keeping the institute alive and progressing every day through this 2-year pandemic. It is wonderful to see everyone physically there. But be that as it may, I am just wanting to reflect upon the opportunities that face scientists today, technologists today, and those pursuing engineering anywhere in India, and particularly in a place of excellence and of national importance like NIT Trichy. First of all, congratulations to all the award winners. I am most impressed to see the number of awards, the endowment awards, the alumni awards, rank holders, 310 of them, budding research awards, and the latest, which is the Best Innovator Award for faculty for patents. That's truly progressive in my mind, and I congratulate the Institute for having conceived of this award, and I hope you will continue to encourage performance and merit in this institute as much as you have always been and will continue to do so. From a Tata Group's perspective, I'd like to just share how we see India and industry and technology playing a part in all of the future. Some of you may have witnessed the new areas into which the group has forayed. And I'm not here to talk to you about the Tata Group, but it is just an example of what we call an opportunity called India. You are aware that India has become known worldwide for the startup energy that has been unleashed in the last few years. The number of unicorns that we have produced is amazing. Last year itself, I think it exceeded 40. And almost every month, you see 2 or 3 unicorns emerge in areas which are most interesting to serve society. And the best part about these, the startup culture in this country, is that it provides a platform to leverage, showcase technology for the benefit of the people of India. And not only that, it has created enormous value. It is also representative of the entrepreneurial energy that has been unleashed in the last few years. Yes, entrepreneurial energy was always visible in India. It's been there for 150 years in the Tata Group when the founder created the Tata Empire, but that was different. Today, it is, shall we say, democratized, and leading from the front are institutes of national importance. Professor Kamakoti knows much more about this than I do, about how technology is helping shape India's future. But I am at the other end, which is trying to convert those opportunities in a large group like the Tata Group into business opportunities, social opportunities, employment opportunities, and in generally stakeholder value creation opportunities. Apart from congratulating all the award winners, I just want to state a small example of where this technology can take us. During COVID, we have seen there were many naysayers before COVID about the impact of online on India and how the great digital divide is only going to create more and more disparity in India of incomes, of classes, etc., etc. If anything, I think the common Indian has proven not only to other Indians, but to the rest of the world that online, digital, and technology, when simplified, when made accessible, when made useful, does not need education for adoption. The extraordinary penetration of the mobile phone in this country, the penetration of satellite TV in this country, and the consumption in general of media. I will share one piece of data with you. The last IPL match, and we are in the middle of the IPL right now, I know, and our group is the sponsor. The last IPL match had 390 million viewers watching the match at various points in time. Now, it is not in the context of the IPL that I'm saying, but the country has successfully helped people with technology, not just in the entertainment space, but in fintech, in retail, in agriculture, in weather forecast, what have you. And I am sure Professor Kamakoti will share many, many more examples about the inspiring nature of technology in the lives of Indians. Let me conclude by once again congratulating all those award winners on this Institute Day and thanking every one of you who has helped build this institute. I was party to the engagement of the alumni when I was there last. Thank you to the Alumni Association as well, RICAL. And I do find that the ecosystem called NIT Trichy is vibrant, progressive, and growing. All the very best to all of you. Jai Hind.
Country, how we have positively responded to it, and we now seem to be thriving in the new ecosystem. He started by recognizing the unique award for the faculty entrepreneur and going on to talk about the entrepreneurial energy that is now building up. And we are very optimistic that the fine young minds that go out of this campus will take advantage of that entrepreneurial energy and make the country stronger. It is like half the script completed. We would have to wait for another policymaker and visionary. And right now, the chief helmsman of India's best technical institute, the Indian Institute of Technology, Madras, Professor V. Kamakoti, to complete that script. It's a distinct honor that today we have as our chief guest Professor V. Kamakoti. Something in common between our director and the director of IIT Madras is that they share an interest in computer science and engineering, while he takes over as the new director of IIT Madras. Madam Akila has taken over as the new director of NIT Trichy. Professor Kamakoti, to cut a long story short, is the new Shakti of IIT Madras. He, in the year 2007, was recognized by his institute as the Young Faculty Recognition Awardee. And in 15 years' time, we see him as the proud director of that great institution. Along the way, he was recognized by the Defense Research and Development Organization with the Academy Excellence Award in 2013, the IBM Faculty Award in 2016, and the crowning glory being the Abdul Kalam Technology Innovation National Fellowship in 2020. The Union Commerce Ministry in 2017 appointed him chairman of a task force for leveraging artificial intelligence for development across various fields. Today, his focus areas are regenerative agriculture, Industry 4.0, medical technology, and smart civil construction technology, where he is spearheading translational research. His objective today being driving the project of an AI-driven hyperautomation that would render governance paperless and efficient. Professor Kamakoti led the research team that designed and booted up India's first indigenously developed microprocessor, Shakti, which is today being increasingly used in mobile computing devices and networking systems. We are looking forward to hear from an academic, a visionary, an entrepreneur, a scientist, and incidentally, the director of the Indian Institute of Technology, Madras. Over to you, Professor Kamakoti.
Thank you very much, Madam Akila, and all dignitaries on stage and all present here. Yes, as teachers, the definition of hell is not to meet the students, believe or not. And 2 years we had been tremendous, sadness that we could not see a large class, we could not teach with chalk. The PowerPoint drove us crazy. We were just looking at screens. And I also saw, very interestingly, many of my students, when we had a couple of offline classes, they always said, sir, even if you blabber, we will not bunk your class. So I think both of us have realized the importance of each other. And I'm very, very happy that we are all back and some physical meetings are happening. Though we have some spurt cases, IIT Madras currently has a set of one or couple of hostels have COVID cases. But the good hope is that none of them had led even to a discomfort which a common cold will give us. I think the vaccination is working. I think we will, there need to be, this COVID virus, I feel, is going to have a long innings. So world cannot stop. I think we need to learn to live with it. And so when there is a spurt, we need to know how to react. And I'm sure we all learned how to react. Masking, some social distancing and quarantine. And again, we come back to normal. I think this will be alternating. And as campuses, large campuses, we need to react very quickly and contain. With this, I'm very happy that a lot of events have happened in the last 2 months at NIT Trichy. Director was mentioning your sport fest, your cultural fest, etc. I hope this continues, and I wish the institute all the best. I think the good thing, I heard a very, very melodious Tamil Thai Vaithu. I congratulate the faculty, came and sang that. Coming back to today, I just thought I should talk about Atmanirbharta here, the notion of translational research, and also touch some very important aspects of the national education policy, the way we are going out and what focus we need, and what as students we expect from you, and what as an institution, a centrally funded institution, what we can offer to you in return, and what will the national education policy imply. So a brief 6 minutes I'll spend out of total 12 minutes given to me. The first thing is, yes, Shakti. Shakti is a system that we wanted to develop for India, specifically because we see an increasing growth, very much accelerated by the pandemic, which sees more and more electronics coming very closer to our day-to-day living. And we start using electronics for, I don't know, for what we don't use electronics. I think that's even if I want to buy a vegetable today, there's an electronic intervention here. You have a dung, so you book, you send money, you do a lot of things today. So there's a need for us to understand what is inside that box, whether it's a mobile phone or a point of sale terminal. And every such device has a microprocessor which runs a program. And in the interest of security of the country, we need this microprocessor to be known to us. What does it do? What are a set of instructions inside? So that actually, the only solution to that is to have our own indigenous microprocessor. So 2012 we decided we want to make this processor. And by 2017, we received the funding. Within 3 months of us receiving the fund, we taped out 2 chips, one at our semiconductor laboratory Chandigarh and one at Intel 22 nanometer fab at Oregon. Both these silicon, making a chip is different from writing a software, right? In a software, you actually make a bug, you can fix it, and importantly, resell it as next version and make money. But in a chip, if you make a mistake, it's a one-way ticket to the moon. You have to just throw it off. There's no way by which you could debug a design defect in a chip. Both these chips were first time success. We booted it on the day 1. And that essentially gave us a lot of confidence. And I just took stock. There were 27 interns of NIT Trichy who were involved in the development of Shakti over the period between 2014 to 2017. 3 years and an average 7 interns from here, from NIT Trichy. I thought I should bring their names, but unfortunately I couldn't. And many of them, and there was a quick survey done, and many of them are continuing their career in hardware in companies like Intel, IBM and NVIDIA. So this is very heartening because we need people to work on architecture too. So that's a contribution of NIT Trichy to Shakti, and we are seeing this year I already have around 27 internship applications from the electronics and the computer science department here. So we have a very good relationship. So coming back, today is a very, very important day. Many of you might be knowing about the Semicon conference which is happening in Bangalore on 29th, 30th and May 1. If you don't know about that conference, please go and Google Semicon 2022 India. You can register, and please, all the electronics and communication engineering students and computer science students in particular, and all others, specifically the manufacturing and production engineering students, please do register and attend those talks. The world's who's who in electronics are coming to the conference. The physical registration is full. The conference is overflowing. But you can do a virtual registration which is free, and you can attend the entire conference. So today, this morning, government has announced the Digital India RISC-V roadmap, the initiative. So India is committed to making her own microprocessor, which will be the RISC-V based, and this effort will involve at least 100 startups in the area of hardware and SoC design, and a few hundred startups in the area of application and software porting and related design. So there is lot of entrepreneurship or activity possibilities that are part of just this one project. Today, the space reforms have happened. The space is now privatized. There will be opportunity for you to fly your own rockets, launch your own satellites, and there are many startups which are looking at it, and that is also a very exciting opportunity. There are also opportunities. A major opportunity that comes is in the cyber physical systems. A very interesting example of a cyber physical system that many of you would have noticed in the recent times, especially during the pandemic, is the Arogya Setu app. Arogya Setu was a contact tracing app which used the Bluetooth facility in your phone. So two people, A and B, have installed Arogya Setu and they keep the phone on and they come in close proximity to each other. An ID of mobile A will be stored in B and the ID of mobile B will be stored in A. Also the distance and also the timing duration of how much they were close to each other. And when one of them tests positive, say A tests positive, the details in the mobile phone of A will be taken by a cloud server and it will intimate to all the mobile IDs stored there, saying some person to whom you became close and you had in closer proximity tested, and so it will advise the other people to take a test. So this is how contact tracing happens. And this was the first large scale deployment in the globe, and I am very happy to tell you that this was done in a record time of 21 days by 30 engineers. 19.6 crore people have used this, and when the Honorable PM launched this, there were 25,000 hits per second on the server and the whole system scaled. So this is an example of a cyber physical system, and there are thousands of such cyber physical systems that need to be part of our digital India. And this gives you a very, very exciting opportunity for translational research. So I am sure that I was just mentioning to my placement and training that there may be no need for placement in our institutes. I think we need to conduct placement, inviting other colleges to recruit in your own company. I think that's the status where we need to go. The focus of all our courses. Of late, IIT Madras has introduced 9 interdisciplinary courses. Any student who has opted for a BTech around the third year can go in for the interdisciplinary course and do a dual degree with an MTech in that particular, it's not a discipline, in that particular course. So we have courses like additive manufacturing, data science, quantum sciences, and multiple such courses. And these interdisciplinary courses are important because today the days have gone where I say I am a computer engineer. Nothing, it means nothing. You should all say I am an engineer. There is a necessity for you to understand many, many disciplines before you come and develop a system that works, a system that could deliver. So there is a need for us to look into this multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary courses, wherein you are not bound to a discipline. Of course, you specialize in one discipline, the core courses to be taken up in that discipline, but then extend the learning of the discipline to design multiple systems that involve cross-discipline knowledge. So one of the interesting and important objectives of the National Education Policy, people who have not read the National Education Policy, it is all for you, all students and all faculty. I request that you go and look at NEP 2020. It's just an 80-page document, but please do read it. The main important thrust there is on the interdisciplinary education or multidisciplinary education, wherein you learn a core discipline but also learn some relevant things about other disciplines that could enable you to develop systems, develop products, develop solutions that can be of societal importance and that can address many needs. And that is very, very important. And I'm sure I'll also work with your director to see that we introduce many such courses at NIT Trichy also. The other important course that we have designed and launched very successfully is the online BSc in Data Science. Today the UGC, the University Grants Commission, has now permitted that we can do 2 degrees at the same time. So the online BSc program is a program that is open from a student who just cleared +2, fresher, to retirees. Right? There is no age bar. There is no demand on time. You can do it at your own pace, 5 years or something. It's a 3-year program or 120 credit program, but you can do it over 5 years. There is no entrance exam. There's no need for JEE. There's only a qualifying exam you need to clear and you get admitted there. And then it is a sort of hybrid mode. So many classes are online and at the same time the examinations are proctored. And we take through the complete rigor and it is highly employment and skill oriented. So any student of any discipline, for example, say construction engineering today or structural engineering, who want to do building automation, needs an understanding of data science. Chemical engineering or bioscience, biotech, you want to do drug discovery, you need to understand data science. Right? So data science is extremely important for every discipline, and that cannot be taught as a 2 or 3 electives. There needs to be a series of electives that will basically make you a data scientist. Even a simple probability course, there is a different treatment that you need to do from a data science perspective. So this is a very unique opportunity. So we have admitted 12,500 students in the last 1 year. Our offline students in the campus is still 11,300. So in one admission, we were able to double our intake. So this needs to scale. This type of courses need to scale. I was just mentioning to your director that NIT should also start offering such type of online, degree programs. You have the autonomous status and you have the, power to award degrees. And so you can start offering these type of programs by which, even the JEE main is not needed here. And you can basically use a qualifying examination and probably take our model, but start off offering this. And this is the way we reach to masses. All our institutes, my slogan for IIT Madras is an institute for all. I'm sure Madam Akila also will agree, NIT Trichy should be an institute for all. What we mean by that is, as many people who can access our institute, that access needs to be facilitated. And I'm sure that is the right direction to do. And for all students here who would like to have a taste of IIT Madras, you can enroll for the program. And if you have enough time in the evenings, or you have to put hard work, of course. Hard work is very important. You can get another degree from IIT Madras while you are doing a degree at NIT Trichy. So these are some very interesting things that are happening. And all these things would not have been possible if not for this COVID. Okay. COVID taught us, though we had run NPTEL for 15 years prior to COVID, in 2005 when we started NPTEL, we never thought that there will be a pandemic like this. But when the COVID struck, every student who really wanted to have some doubt cleared in any subject, they did have an NPTEL backing. And the one month, the hit to some of these courses were in thousands. So it's very heartening that the NPTEL program as a whole, where even NIT faculty have taught courses. It was a national effort by multiple institutions, had been a great source of support for all the students. And those learning today has enabled different modes of degree. Now the government, our Honorable Prime Minister, has announced a National Digital University. It has been in the also in the budget speech of the Honorable Finance Minister. So the National Digital University is it's basically an outcome of the hybrid and the online classes that many institutes have learned to effectively teach. I think so we are now moving on COVID has taught us many lessons. We are going into a new normal, but we also realize, to be on campus, the joy of being on campus. At the same time, having certain facilities and certain enabling factors due to technology. I think all these things put together, and the digital India in our front, with lot more technological interventions, multidisciplinary interventions, we are moving to a very, very, very positive frame. And I hope this is a time all of us need to rejoice and at the same time work hard and put even stiffer goals to reach in the next 5 years or the next decade. And 2030, we need to have at least in say 6 to 8 fields, whether it's computer science or architecture or civil or these fields, we need to be world leaders. And by 2047, we need to be an economy that is the greatest economy of the world. And all these are in your hand, and young students. I wish you all the success, and try to do something for the country, right? Of course, your job, your career, everything is there, but ultimately, just keep evaluating it yourself as what you are contributing back to the country. And if every one of you have that feel, I'm sure 2047 will be the world's largest economy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Kamakoti, for dwelling on that one word, Atmanirbharata, and for disseminating the spirit of that mantra, Atmanirbharata, self-reliance, and explaining it in the context of digital India and the revolution that is happening in the field of data science. You spoke about design, you spoke about development, and you spoke about dissemination. The need to design or redesign courses, design and redesign programs, design and redesign the idea of an institute like the IIT Madras or NIT Tiruchirappalli as an institute that is for all. Thank you very much for also laying out in the process of elaborating the new education policy, the contours of a new education philosophy. Thank you, Professor Kamakoti, again. May I request our Madam Director to hand over a token of our appreciation and love for Professor Kamakoti. Thank you for being with us and for making this day so memorable. Professor, we have one more memento for you. It's the Institute memento. This is a Tanjore plate we give to our special guests. I request our Dean of Academic Programs, Professor Kumaresan, to present our chief guest the Institute memento. Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam. We would now felicitate the achievers who've won prizes, awards, medals. We go in the order of the departments, the alphabetical order, starting with architecture. For the information of the prize winners, the first prize winners would receive their certificates from the chief guest. And when the prize winners, first prize winners for a department is read out, we would have the group photo with the chief guest. And following which, the first prize winners would leave the dais. We would then call the second and third prize winners. Their certificates would be handed over as a bunch to the head of the department. Our friends are requested to collect them from the heads later. I request the head of the Department of Architecture to come on to the dais because we would now have the first prize, the prize winners from your department. Border Kunti Sunil Kumar, R. Ashruta Harshini, because these names have already been announced and you know in what order you will be coming on the dais, request all prize winners to line up. We originally planned to complete this process in about an hour, but that is not meant as a threat. Hridaya Subramaniam, Manavi, Gaurav Jha, Pon Rajalakshmi, Pon Rajalakshmi wins the prize for energy efficient and sustainable architecture. She also bags an alumni award for energy efficient and sustainable architecture. The first prize winners will stay on the dais. We would have a group photo taken. The first prize winners, please spread out. Architecture is about symmetry, I suppose you can. We thank the first prize winners. We will now have the following prize winners. Arati Anil, Catherine Jennifer R, Surya R, Dhanyashri Shaktivel Raja, S.H. Niveda Shri, A. Navilan, Veer Darshana N, Jyoti Lutra, V. Anusha Thomas, Shweta R, Devulapalli Pooja, Rupendra Kumar, Pratyay Ghosh, Yamini Shloka, Adra Anil, Rebecca Mariam Verghese, Preeti NB, Shri Akash. Thank you. We request Madam Kalai Chelvi, Head of the Department of Chemical Engineering, to come on to the dais. Thank you, Professor Thirumaran. Prize winners for chemical engineering: Shankha Shubhra Paul, Mayank Jha. He picks up 3 prizes today. He tops semesters 5 and 6 chemical engineering, BTech. Mayank also wins the endowment prize, the Dr. H.H. Ibrahim Memorial Award, Best Outgoing Student in BTech Chemical Engineering. He also receives the Srimati G.S. Rajalakshmi Memorial Award presented to the first 3 rank holder up to the 7th semester in chemical engineering. The other first prize winners: Rahul Melkani, Gollapalli, Maniveera Santoshi, Jagannathan J. Rahul Melkani, Muhammad Afnaz. Honrav Shubham Nand Kumar, and Saraswati, who picks up an alumni award for process control and instrumentation. She is also the topper for the first and second semesters process control and instrumentation MTech. Request the first prize winners to leave the dais. We have the second and third prize winners. We start with Deepthi Kannan, Anuj Das Gupta, who picks up 3 awards: topper, second topper, 5th and 6th semesters. He wins an alumni award, and he also picks up the Dr. S.H. Ibrahim Memorial Award for Best Student in the field of Mass Transfer and BTech Chemical Engineering. Anuj Das Gupta also picks up the Rajalakshmi Endowment Memorial Award. Sankalp Dikshit, Vadlana David Raju, Himaja Vemula, who also wins an alumni award today. Keshav Kumar A, Sonali Das Gupta, Suyash Sachin Damir, Charvini Dodi, Varanasi Surya Lalita Shreya, Amruta C, Madangi R, Azit Kumar M, Jinkala Vijayalakshmi, Darshini N, Puvada Srivarsha. Puvada Srivarsha also wins the G.S. Rajalakshmi Endowment Award. Divyadarshini D.S, Niveda R, Rishi Nair, R. Vishnu Bharadwaj, and Manchala Rahul. Thank you, prize winners. Thank you, Madam Kalai Chelvi. Request Professor Velmati to come on to the dais. We have the presentation for the chemistry department. We start with Priya Garg, who has stopped from semesters 1 to 4. Our first awardee on the dais today is Afreen Huria Nasiruddin, topper first and second semester MSc. and she also receives an alumni award, Afreen Huria Nazaruddin. Yeah. So thank you, Afreen. We now have the second and the third prize winners of chemistry department. Reni Louis Anto M, Kundan Kumar Ojha, Saurabh Sharma, and Sneha James. Their certificates will be collected by Madam Velmati. Thank you, Madam Velmati. Thank you, prize winners. We'll now request Professor G. Swaminathan, who heads the Civil Engineering Department. I see that he is represented and his department by Professor Ramesh. This is a very long list. Ladies and gentlemen, and prize winners, do cooperate. CMK Rajashri, Lalit Kodandaraman, Abhishek Vijayan, Mukesh Sundar. A. Mukesh Sundar also picks up the S.J. Chainalu Medal of Excellence for the first rank holder in the first year civil engineering. It's an endowment award. Abhishek Vijayan. Mukesh Sundar. Susan Francis, Abhinav Mishra. Abhinav Mishra also picks up an alumni award. Chinnu S. Nair, Sanjana S. Kumar, who picks up an alumni award as well. She is a topper in structural engineering for the first 2 semesters of MTech. Sanjana is followed by Aparna VS, and our next prize winner from civil engineering, Gokul PR, who picks up an alumni award as well for environmental engineering. Gokul is a topper in the first 2 semesters environmental engineering. Gamini, Shri Valli, and Rahul, topper in construction technology and management. And the last prize winner in this batch, Suriseti Kalyani Lakshmi, topper first and second semesters geotechnical engineering. Is there a way to get the cameras to click faster? We have more prize winners waiting. Thank you, prize winners. We would request the first prize winners to leave the dais. We would now have the second and third prize winners. Ayush Kishore, Trishala Vats, Kalal Kartik Gaud, Pyata Anirudh Kumar, Ardra VH, Ganesh Vijay R, Kumari Kuntla Yashwant, Hemant Kumar H, Anju Anthony, Archana MM, Shraddha Rawat, Manju Kumar, who wins an alumni award, topper first and second semesters, construction technology. Sri Lakshmi N, who wins an alumni award for geotechnical engineering, topper first and second semesters. Dinesh Kumar L, Harikrishnan B, Robert Edison Mercedas, Devi Satvika Tiruvaipati, Shilpa Rajan, Megha C, Satluri Tarakarama Kalyan, Yelagapalli Simi Apurva, K.S. Sri Lakshmi, Shiva Shankari J, Pragya Saini, Tiruvasagam A, M. Kavya, Sahil Hussain, Kartiga G. Kumar. Kartiga G. Kumar wins an alumni award. She also receives the M. Shanmugam Award for the first rank holder up to the 7th semester in civil engineering. Their certificates will be received by Professor Ramesh. Thank you, Professor Ramesh. Request Professor A.J.A. Alphonse to come on to the dais. We have the prize distribution for the Department of Computer Applications. K.M. Swikriti Singh, Harsh Bhabar, Mayank Sharma, Ayushi, Yalmori, VM, Shantanu, topper first and second semesters, data analytics, also picks up an alumni award. Mansi Avasti, Atulya Akash. Atulya Akash wins an alumni award. He is also a topper first and second semesters with a CGPA 9.55 in MSc. The other prize winners are Ankur Jain, Ankur Dubey, Anshika Pandey, Akriti Upadhyay, Dharmesh Singh, Ayush Jain, Priya Kumari, Vinayak Gupta, Harsh Badhoria, Kunal Kumar Bhavsar, Amit Gupta, Pranshu Mishra, Jasbir, Paras Tiwari, Allavini Lasai, Preeti Keshava Lakmapur, Kamble Praful Gautam, Tripti Dubey, Mohit Kaushik, and Arihant Bantia. Arihant Bantia also wins an alumni award. Thank you, Professor Alphonse. Thank you, prize winners. Request Madam Mary Saira Banu, Head of the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, to come on to the dais. Mogalapalli Harshit. Madhav Agarwal. He is a topper 5th and 6th semesters, Computer Science and Engineering. He also receives the Sri Janardhan Iyengar Memorial Award for Best Academic Performance in the just concluded academic year. Saloni Gordhan Rakholia. Shreya Narasimhan, KL. Anjali Goenka, who receives 2 awards today. She wins an alumni award, and she is also receiving the prize for topping semesters 1 and 2 in Computer Science and Engineering, MTech. We thank the first prize winners. We would now have the other prize winners: L. Harinarayan, Saksham Agarwal, S. Pavitra, Indresh P., Leena Sinha, Pranay Ghosh, S. Raghul, Balaji Jayashri, G. Subhashri, Marmik Upadhyay, Aman Mahansaria, Trivedi Prakashal Hemant, V. Anand, Gopu Eshwant Reddy. Those of you who have received your awards and certificates may remain in barn and cheer your friends who are yet to receive their awards. Thank you, Madam Mary Saira Banu. Thank you, prize winners. Request Professor V. Shankaranarayan, Head of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, to come on to the dais. We have the prize winners from the EEE department. Adarsh Yen, Venkat Subramanyam, J. Soundarya, topper 3rd and 4th semesters. Bharati Kannan, M. An announcement for the audience here. The chief guest of our function, Professor Kamakoti, would like to interact with the prize winners. So you would remain in barn for the interaction following the program, the Institute Day celebrations. Our next prize winner is Grandhe Shravani, topper Power Systems Semester 1 and 2 MTech. She also picks up an alumni award for Power Systems. Gudhipela Veeranallayya and Shahid Javed, topper first and second semesters, MTech Power Electronics. Thank you, prize winners. We move on to the other prize winners from the EEE department. Vishesh Diani, Ishwara Prasad P, Ishika Lunawat, Mulik Praful Kumar Sanjay, Ashish Tandon, Rayudu Supriya, Tushar Soni, Anjula Mary Antonis, Akash K, Vishweshwaran B, Jenny Angela Jose Shirley, who picks up 2 prizes, including the S.J. Chainlu Medal of Excellence for the first rank holder in the first year Electrical and Electronics Engineering. It's an endowment award. Balwani Mayur Kumar Raj Kumar, Patil Ganesh Anil, Raut Gaurav Pradip, Amit Singh Tandon, Deepjoy Das, Pandya J. Damodar, who picks up an alumni award, as well as finishing third in first and second semesters Power Electronics. Sandeepan Roy and Chakradhar Sao, who also receives an endowment award, the Professor S. Muthukaruppan Endowment Award for the second rank holder in EEE branch up to the 7th semester. That's an interesting process of balancing a position, second in 7 semesters. Thank you, Professor Shankara Narayan. Thank you, prize winners. I now request Professor P. Muthu Chidambaranathan, who heads the Department of Electronics and Communications Engineering, Saurabh Srivastava. LP Pratik Reddy picks up a few prizes today. He receives the Srimati Neela Balasubramaniam Memorial Award for the Best Outgoing Student in ECE branch. It's an endowment award. He receives 2 other endowment awards, the Srimati Vijay Lakshmi Kannan Memorial Award for the first rank holder up to the 7th semester in BTech ECE, as well as the Srimati Sitama Memorial Award for the first rank holder up to the 7th semester in ECE branch. He also receives an alumni award for topping electronics and communications engineering. It's an alumni award. Senthil Nathan S., who receives the Dr. A.L. Abdul Sattar Memorial Award for the outstanding student in the 3rd year ECE. And he is followed by Kalavagunta Dilip Kumar and Anju R.S., who receives 2 prizes today, Topper Communication System, first and second semester MTech, and also an alumni award. Kandukuru Gausulu, VLSI Systems, Guru Gubelli Vasudev Rao, who receives 2 prizes today, including an alumni award. Sabarish J., Inian T., Sai Mitran J., Mamilla Vasant Tushara, Debrup Mukherjee, Ganavarpu Venkateshwara Rao, Payavulu Swati, Apurba Debnath, Aditya K. Krishna, Lakshya J.S., Pallapinti Tarakeshwari, Gunapati Samadhura, Gumpina Ramakrishna Chaitanya, Shatarajupalli Vinay Kumar, Harshini Murali. Thank you, Professor Muthu Chidambaranathan. Thank you, prize winners. A request Professor M. Premlata to come on to the dais. She heads the Department of Energy and Environment. We start with Sandeep M. Shubhashish Vasurajan B. M. Navina Shri. Adil Muhammad A. Rohit Kumar. That's Navina Shri. Rohit Kumar. Gangula Satyanarayana. Very energy efficient. We've completed that department quite quickly. Thank you, Madam Premlata. Thank you, the prize winners. Request Madam Mekhala, who heads the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences, to come on to the dais. I thank Professor Kumareshan for recognizing me, and I will receive the award on behalf of the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences. Thank you, Madam. Our prize winners are, we just started an MA program in English Language and Literature. Very happy to present the first batch of prize winners. Quite delighted that we recognize the achievements of Bhuvana Shri V. She receives the prize for topping semesters 1 and 2 in MA. She also picks up an alumni award. And she is joined on the dais by a good friend and close chum, Christina Joshi, who also picks up 2 prizes today. She is receiving her prize for coming second in the first and second semesters, also an alumni awardee. Christina is followed by Revati Krishnan. I thank the prize winners. Our group photo is taken, so now we may leave the stage. Request Madam K. Dhanalakshmi, who heads the Department of Instrumentation and Control Engineering. Prize winners, Shashwat Jayakrishnan, V.K. Vikash, Akash H, Dev Kumar M, C. Sanjay, Madhavan B.S. Madhavan receives 2 prizes today, including the Shri Avinash Memorial Award for the Best Outgoing Male Student of ICE Branch. Madhavan. So we will have the group photo now. Madhavan receives 2 prizes today. Yeah. We now have the other prize winners. Adityan KK, Karthik R. Warrior, including an alumni award. He receives 2 prizes today. A.T. Nathaniel Nirmal, Shyam Kumar L, Santosh J, S. Saravanan, S.V.V.S. Kaundinya, Vivek Kushwaha, Miriam Santosh Kadavan, K.V. Shweta, Shubha P, Srivasan B, who receives an endowment award, the Professor Ibrahim Dr. Sitaraman Award for the Best Outgoing Student. Okay. Thank you, Madam Dhanalakshmi. I now request a friend from the Department of Management Studies, Professor G. Muruganandam, to come on to the dais. Oh, thank you. Shubha P, topper 1st to 4th semesters. Srivasan B, he receives the Professor Ibrahim Dr. Sitaram Award for the Best Outgoing Student of the Department of Management Studies. He also picks up an alumni award and prize for topping semesters 1 and 2 MBA. We are joined on the dais by one of our senior-most professors on campus, Professor Punyamurthy. He is the Bhishmacharya of the Department of Management Studies. Very happy to have him on the dais. The other prize winners are Aparajita Bhattacharya, Syed Shamir Ahmed, Karthik M, Arjun Chidambaram, Muhammad Razia, Raghashri D, and Varsha Chandran. Varsha Chandran also receives an endowment award, the Professor J. Raja Award for the highest CGPA in all accounting and finance subjects in the first year. Thank you, Professor Punyamurthy. We thank the prize winners from the Department of Management Studies. Request Professor V. Lakshmana Gomati Nayakam, Head of the Department of Mathematics, to join us on the dais. We have the prize winners in mathematics. Sonu Kumari, Subhadra Kutti R, topper with 9.32 CGPA, MSc. The other prize winners from the mathematics department: Saurabh Singh, Ajay Joseph, who also picks up an alumni award, Varsha Yadav, Vimal Kumar M, and Priyakshi Nath. Thank you, Professor Lakshmana Gomati Nayakam. Thank you, prize winners. We now request Professor A.R. Veerappan, who heads the Department of Mechanical Engineering. Yes, Arvind R. Suryanarayan. He picks up a few prizes today, including an alumni award. Anirudh, yes. Ajin CR. Srilal PP. Muhammad Arshad Raza. And Bonnie Vijay Kumar. Bonnie Vijay Kumar also picks up an alumni award today. The other prize winners are Anmol Panda, we thank the first prize winners. The other prize winners are Anmol Panda, Manu Atitya, Yes Yadugiri Rajan, Yatin Shankar Narayanan, K. Jyotika, who picks up also the S.J. Chainlu Medal, which is an endowment prize, N. Hari Bharadwaj, who also picks up the S.J. Chainlu Medal for Excellence, Prajwal I. Naik, Suraj J. Sabu, Ganesh Patel, who picks up an alumni award, also an endowment award, the late S. Doraiswamy Memorial Award for the first rank holder up to the third semester MTech Industrial Safety Engineering, Ashwin S. Kumar, S. Srihari, Gudapati Nitish, Girish A.N., Rafat Banu, Savar Satish Shirbhate, Vignesh G., Arnab Ghosh, Jitu K.M., Sanjeev Kumar, Railkar Atharva Vilas, Yash Ashok Kumar Patel. Yash Ashok Kumar Patel wins an endowment award, the Dr. Sarguru Das Memorial Award for the best performance in mathematics in the first year BTech. Thank you, Professor Veerappan. We thank the prize winners of Mechanical Engineering Department. I now request Professor B. Ravi Shankar, who heads the Department of Metallurgical and Materials Engineering, to come on to the dais. Please, sir. B. Subisha. Yes, Venontia. Surya Rao Kimaya, who tops semesters 5 and 6 and also picks up an alumni award. She also receives the Mr. Subhash Chandra Bose Endowment Award for the Best Outgoing Student in BTech MME. She receives another endowment award, the Professor K.S. Pandey Memorial Outstanding Student Award. The student should be within the top 10% of the class or within the top 10 ranks of the class-based CGPA at the end of the 7th semester and also be active in sports. Shivraj B.K., Murugan E., Sangavi S., Ashwin M., Kakara Sri Pushpa, Arun Kumar V., Saumya Nayak. Saumya Nayak wins an alumni award. She is also topper first and second semester. The other prize winners from MME, Pranav A., Archita V. Archita V is also the best outgoing student of MME, receives the prize. Messrs. Chennai Metco Private Limited, Chennai. Mudit Kesharwani, Siddhartha R., who receives the K.S. Pandey Memorial Academic Achievement Award for the academically best student based on CGPA at the end of 5 semesters of the BTech MME program. Adarsh A.K., Shivajnana Prakasam V., Patale Reshma Rao Sahib, Gudupu Revati Devi, Varsha P., Pila Lasya, Shubham Pal, Manan Atul Suraya, Saumya Venkatesh, Nitish Kumar R., Fazal Ibrahim, Vigneshwaran E., Rajarajan K., Patil Pradinya Sampath Rao, Kumaraguru V., Bujbal Ajay Sunil, and Shlok Upadhyay, who wins the S.J. Chainlu Medal of Excellence. Thank you, Professor Ravi Shankar. Request Professor M. Ashok, Department of Physics, to come on to the dais. Sudhanshu Pandey, Dipanshu Surania, who receives an alumni award, also an endowment prize, the M.S. Balakumaran Award for the best outgoing student of MTech NDT, Dipanshu Surania. Ankit Chowdhury, Zenia Zuraik, she receives also an alumni award. Samarjit Nath Majumdar, Hindocha Shyam Praveen Bhai, Manisha Patrao, Rishabh Kumar, Rhythm Khurana, Vishnu V. Gupten, Bhupati Raju Aditya Varma, Gauri S., Fatima Shireen PT, and Harihara Vishwanath. Yes. Thank you, Professor Ashok. We thank the prize winners from the Department of Physics. Request Dr. C. Satyanarayan to join us on the dais. He heads the Department of Production Engineering. With this, we come to the department-wise prize winners and we move on to the recall prizes. So this will be prize winners from the Department of Production Engineering. Shunanta M. K. Muttunarayanan. He receives 3 prizes today. Topper 5th and 6th semesters, BTech, Alumni Award, and also picks up the Karthik S. Memorial Award for the first rank holder up to the 7th semester in BTech Production Engineering. This is an endowment award. Shivani M. Kumaresh D. Gokula Krishnan V. Muhammad Sanjid. Gokula Krishnan. Subramaniam G. Subramaniam G receives 2 prizes including an alumni award. The other prize winners from Production Engineering Department, Pola Vamsi Rahul, Swesha Venkateshwaran. She receives 2 prizes including the Anjali Surendran Endowment Award for the Best Outgoing Undergraduate Student from Production Engineering. Yes, Tanikai Satyan, Nirmal Sharma, Mohit Reni, Shivam Kumar Dwivedi, Saurabh N, Vineet Radhakrishna Kurup, B. Vishant Hariraj, Toshit M, Jerome Samuel S, Putsala Venkataramana, Amaresh Kunthia, Adak Mol Gaurav Rajendra, Patel Deep Kumar, Vinod Kumar, Ankit Negi. We also have Ankit Negi. Kapil Kun and Maitreyan G, who also receives the S.J. Chainlu Medal of Excellence for the first rank holder in the first year production engineering. Thank you, Professor Satyanarayan. We now have the RECAL Awards. I request the President of RECAL, Mr. M. Mahalingam, to join the presentation party. Also, the Dean of Institute Development, Professor Subbayan, to join us on the dais. Swesha Venkateshwaran receives the RECT 78 Alumni Medal for the Best Outgoing Girl Student. She is from the Production Engineering Department. Madhav Agarwal. Receives the Overall Outstanding Student of the Year Award. He is with the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Kirubaniti M. receives the prize for Outstanding Sportsman. Jerry J. receives the Recal Prize for Outstanding Sportsman. Srinidhi Chiravuri, Outstanding Sportswoman. Best Batsman of the Year, Pranesh Ram D. Best Bowler of the Year, Dinakar D.M. Those were the Recal medals presented. We now have the prizes for budding researcher. It's called the Budding Researcher Award. The Recal president, Mr. Mahalingam, has requested for to share a few words with us. Yeah.
Thank you. Warm greetings to all of you on a very warm day. First, I'd like to thank Dr. Akhila and Dr. Subbayan for giving me this opportunity to speak for a couple of minutes. I want to say a few words about Recal. Firstly, before I say that, I should say that every time I listen to Professor Kamakoti, I feel prouder to be an Indian. Thank you, sir. And our chairperson, Mr. Bhaskar Bhatt, was really thought-provoking, and Dr. Akhila's address gave us a good idea of the past and a great hope for the future. Thank you, all of you. Specific to Recal, as Dr. Akhila mentioned, over the last year, we have done a lot of stuff, starting with Recal Cares. We do scholarships normally. There's a Recal Run. Many things we do, and we would like to do many things. Specific to this award, we support almost 50 of these awards through medals and certificates, and we have endowments as well. But beyond all this, I would like to highlight one instance of how Recal support really helped apart from COVID. During COVID, there are many students in many remote parts of India who couldn't use their phones to write exams or download papers. Recal came in and supported them with laptops, and it was really, really impactful. So many things we do is to impact the NIT ecosystem, whether it's the faculty, students, alumni, etc. As Dr. Akhila mentioned, Recal Cares was we collected more than 2 crores and impacted many parts of the ecosystem. What I want to say is that we at Recal are really passionate about NIT Trichy. We want to do a lot more. I request all the award winners and all the students present here in the final year and other years that all of you will be alumni one day. So please do make sure you come back to Recal and help give back to our college. It's our passion. It's our duty. We consider like that. It's almost now 37 years since I passed out, and REC is very, very close to my heart. That's a request. To the director and all of you here, I want to say that we at RECAL are available at any which form, whether it's financially, whether in terms of support, in terms of knowledge transfer, etc. RECAL is always there. You can count on us. Thanks again, Dr. Akila, for giving us this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mahalingam. In the category Budding Researcher Award, before we move on to the Budding Researcher Award, we recognize the Department of Electronics and Communications Engineering for its contributions to emerge the best department winning the overall trophy. Request the head of the Department of ECE to come on to the dais and receive. If there are student representatives, you are also welcome on to the dais. Looks like it's a heavy rolling trophy. We would need more hands, please. We move on to the next category, which is the Budding Researcher Award. B. Sashikumar, Chemical Engineering. Gerard Deepak, Computer Science and Engineering. Arya S, Humanities and Social Sciences. Lella Kranti Kumar, Computer Applications. Praveen SV, Management Studies. Arjun Shivaradhan, Civil Engineering. Vishal Ashok Vankade, Production Engineering. Raja Ragappan, Mechanical Engineering. Levine Nancy A, Humanities and Social Sciences. We will now move on to the next category, which is recognizing the performance of faculty members. We call the following faculty on stage to receive the award for best performance, starting with Dr. D. Kannamma, Architecture. Dr. N. Samsudin, Chemical Engineering. Dr. Ganesh Chandra Nandi, Chemistry. Prize winners, please stay on the dais. We would have a group photo with the chief guest at the end of the ceremony. Sambandham Anandan. Sunita V. Muthukumaran K. Dr. U. Srinivasulu Reddy, Computer Applications. If you don't clap for Srinivasulu Reddy, you might go hungry this evening. He's the hostel coordinator. Dr. M. Sridevi, Computer Science and Engineering. Dr. P. Srinivas Rao Naik, Electrical and Electronics Engineering. Dr. Shishaj P. Simon, Electrical and Electronics Engineering. Dr. N. Gunavati, the HOD will receive on her behalf. Gunavati is with the Department of Electronics and Communications Engineering. Dr. E.S. Gopi, Electronics and Communications Engineering. Professor P. Palanisamy, Electronics and Communications Engineering. Dr. Jagannathan VM, Energy and Environment. More energy, Jagannathan sir. Dr. Uma Shankar Patra, Humanities and Social Sciences. Dr. Satyaraj Venkateshan, Humanities and Social Sciences. Dr. R. Periyasamy, Instrumentation and Control Engineering. Dr. K. Srinivasan, Instrumentation and Control Engineering. Dr. B. Janardhanan, Management Studies. Professor Punyamurthy, Management Studies. Dr. Srijit Mohan, Mechanical Engineering. Dr. S. Suresh, Department of Mechanical Engineering. Dr. V. Karthik, Metallurgical and Materials Engineering. Dr. Annapu Reddy Venkateshwarlu, Physics. Dr. B. Karthikeyan, Physics. Dr. S. Vinod, Production Engineering. Before the group photo, we would recognize three more prize winners. These are faculty who've excelled in the field of innovation. They received the Best Innovator Award. We start with Dr. R. Anand with the Department of Mechanical Engineering. Professor S.P. Sivaprakasam, also with the Department of Mechanical Engineering. Dr. Shishaj P. Simon, Electrical and Electronics Engineering. Request all prize winners to return to the dais for the group photo. Selector இங்கே இருக்கட்டும். We now recognize the best department in the engineering category. This is the department that has excelled in the following aspects: student faculty ratio, capital expenditure utilization, substantial number of publications in Q1 journals, patents granted and published by faculty, sponsored research projects of faculty. And in the engineering category, this distinction this year goes to the Department of Mechanical Engineering, rated the best department for this year. In the non-engineering category, the department that receives the award judged on the following parameters: student faculty ratio, capital expenditure utilization, publication in Q1 journals, and then citations per journal, and placement or higher studies of PG students. And the department that has distinguished itself to emerge the best department in the academic year 2021-22 is the Department of Chemistry. Every year, two members from the non-teaching staff are recognized for their distinguished contributions, and this year the recipients of the Professor P.S. Manisundaram Award for the best non-teaching staff, Shri Mauniswamy P., Assistant Librarian, Management Studies. His wife will receive it on his behalf. And the other recipient is Shri Rajendran S., Attendant SG1, Main Office. There is one endowment award in the name of Kapil Kund, who is recognized as the best NCC cadet. Kapil Kund left us recently, and on his behalf, this endowment prize will be received by Pooja and Nishant, and Manthan. I now leave the stage to Madhav Agarwal for announcement of prize winners for their contributions to the festivals of NIT Trichy like Festember, Pragyan, Sports Fest, Knitfest, and so on. He would also be introducing the members of the incoming student council. Over to you, Madhav.
In the face of uncertainty, the people I'm calling next have managed to resurrect fests in order to bring joy and hope to 9,000 plus residents in campus. First, I'd like to call upon the stage Team Festember 21-22. This team has managed to achieve the highest online reach in these testing times. Chairperson Minachi LS, Treasurer Kavinila, Overall Coordinator Harishwar. Next, I would like to call upon the stage Team Pragyan 21-22, the team that conducted the college's first NIT conclave. Hats off to the Pragyan team for their commendable efforts. Chairperson Rahul Ramesh, Treasurer Vishwa, Overall Coordinator Divyanjali. Next, I would like to call upon the stage Sportsfeed 21-22. They managed to not just host a fest, but even raise the bar with the level of performances witnessed, organizing, and in terms of alumni relations. Kudos to their efforts for having come this far. I'd like to call upon the team, Monish Bhaskar, Chairperson, Karthik Shivakumar, Treasurer, Sumant Atul Binil, Overall Coordinator, Harjot Singh Baga, Organizing Head. And the team that personally for me exceeded all expectations with a bunch of third years that had no association with a fest that has not been conducted for more than 2 years. And the team that has set the bar for years to come, I would like to call upon Team Knitfest 21-22, Chairman B. Santosh, Overall Coordinator Shelly Dos, and Treasurer Nandika Ramadurai. I'd also like to thank the media team for helping the institute portray itself in the best of ways on the national and international stage. Students. With a heavy heart but one filled with pride, I would like to welcome the members of the Students' Council 21-22 to introduce themselves and their successors. I'd like to welcome Akilan R., the President of the Students' Council for the year 22-23.
Ms. Jessie Andrea, Vice President, Student Council 22-23.
Mr. Mukesh Sundar, General Secretary.
Miss Deepika, General Secretary, Girls.
Ms. Oindrila Chatterjee and Mr. Harshvardhan, PT Secretary, Boys and Girls.
Harshavardhan Ravichandran, Technical Secretary.
Sharan Balasubramanian will be the Social Secretary for the Student Council of the year 2022 and 2023.
Hello everyone, I'm Gokul Krishna, the current Cultural Secretary. Arjita Parthasadi will be the next Cultural Secretary of the academic year.
Mr. Pranav Joshi, Sports Secretary for the 2022 and 2023 batch, Sports Secretary.
Ajay Singh Rathur and Anjali Srikumar, PhD Secretary, Boys and Girls for the 22-23 Student Council.
I'd like to call upon the stage Akilan and Jesse to deliver the message.
Good evening, everyone. I am Akilan R., President of the Student Council in the academic year 2022-23. Would like to congratulate the previous Student Council on successfully completing their tenure. I stand here with a lot of responsibility on my shoulders, and I want to continue the good work of the Student Council and serve the student community as much as I can, and use the privilege of my position to help amplify the voices of the students that I am honored to represent. Over the last 3 years, I have come to love this institute as a second home to me, and I am here to assure you that I will fulfill my duties and responsibilities with the utmost integrity while keeping in mind with the best interest of the students and the institute. And thank you for everyone for giving me this opportunity.
I, Jessie Andrea, Vice President of the Student Council of the academic year 2022 to 2023, would like to take this opportunity to thank God, my parents, Jen, everyone else who supported me in this election. I would like to thank the previous batch of Student Council for the enormous contribution to the welfare of the student community and the institute. Taking their achievements in stride, I strive to fulfill my role as the Vice President of the Students' Council to the best of my abilities. I wish to represent the student community, amplify their voices, and follow the example that the previous council has set for me. Thank you.
Thank you. We will now have Ms. S. Pooja, Vice President of the Student Council, to propose the vote of thanks. Yeah. We recognize the contributions of our outgoing Student Council members. President of the Student Council, Mr. Madhav Agarwal. Vice President, Ms. Pooja Srinivasan. General Secretary of the Students' Council, Mr. B. Santosh. Joint Secretary of the Student Council, Mr. Rahul Jayaprakash. PG Secretary of the Students' Council, Mr. Rohit Yes. PhD Secretary Girls of the Student Council, Ms. Chrysalis Ella Joseph. PhD Secretary of the Students' Council, Mr. Vishnu Prasad. Additional General Secretary of the Students' Council, Ms. Sindhuja Jakula. Technical Secretary of the Students' Council, Mr. Anirudh R. Cultural Secretary of the Students' Council, Mr. Gokul Krishna. Social Secretary of the Students' Council, Mr. Nishant C. Sports Secretary of the Students' Council, Mr. Abhishek Shah. Over to Ms. Pooja, Vice President of the Student Council, for the vote of thanks.
Very good evening. Our chief guest, Sri Professor V. Kamakoti sir, Chairman Board of Governors, Sri Bhaskar Bhatt, Honorable Director, Dr. Agila ma'am, Registrar, Dr. Arivalgan sir, Deans, Head of Departments, esteemed faculty members, students, and everyone present here today. It is my privilege to present the vote of thanks on this Institute Day 2022. On behalf of NIT Trichy, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to our chief guest, Sri Professor Kamakoti sir, for gracing this occasion and sharing his pearls of wisdom with all of us. We're inspired and privileged to have you among us today, sir. I take this opportunity to thank our Chairman, Board of Governors, Bhaskar Bhatt sir, for his vision and unwavering support. I would also like to express my thanks to Dr. G. Agila ma'am, Director, NIT Trichy, for her constant guidance and support. We eagerly await to see NIT Trichy grow leaps and bounds under your leadership, ma'am. I would like to thank my fellow Students' Council members, Madhav, Anirudh, Gokul, Abhishek, Nishant, Santosh, Sindhuja, Rahul, Pranita, Chrysalis, Vishnu, Rohit, and Rishita for their immense contribution and determination in these uncertain times and being humble representatives and servant leaders of this student community. Cheers to a great year. To Madhav and Anirudh, working alongside you has been a gratifying experience. Thank you, Madhav, for more than indulging my selfish vision of showing the administration the worth of a girl representative. Thank you, Ani, for being a literal pillar of support to the both of us. Your contribution is unmatched and we could not have done this without you. I would also like to extend my thanks to our Dean, Student Welfare, Dr. Kumresan sir, our Associate Dean, Student Welfare, Gerald sir, and SAS officers, Dali sir and Solomon sir, for their continuous motivation, guidance, and mentorship. I would like to thank all the members of the hostel administration, the hostel convener, Srinivas Reddy sir, Chief Warden Venkata Chalapati sir, Additional Chief Wardens, Shiba ma'am and Sendil Arsa sir, Wardens, stewards, mess workers, and all the other hostel staff. I also take this opportunity to thank Mahalingam sir, President of RECAL, Krishna Sai sir, Raj sir, RECAL managers, and the whole alumni community for their constant support. I'd also like to thank the members of EMD, CSG, and ICC for their unwavering support. I take this opportunity to wish the best of luck to the incoming Student Council under the able leadership of Akilan and Jesse. We wish you the very best and hope the bar continues to rise higher. I'd like to thank my family, friends, and well-wishers for being there through thick and thin. Any amount of thanks would not suffice for their undeterred support. Thank you. I'd like to thank my NCC batchmates, seniors and juniors for instilling the courage, unity and discipline in me that was much needed in my position this year. Anyone's college experience, significant aspect is the peer group. And looking back from the first time I entered the institute to now, I've grown as a person in many ways. Thank you to the entire student community of NIT Trichy. As we set out to begin our journey to explore the world filled with opportunities, we are bound to face numerous challenges and opportunities. I hope that the people we've met and the experiences we have had in college give us hope and help us overcome them. All the very best to the batch of 2022. Let's scale new heights with every step we take forward. With sincere thanks to all the audience who've been extremely patient and taken their time to join us for the event. Signing off, Pooja Srinivasan, Vice President, NIT Trichy. Thank you.
We remind you that there would be an interaction with the prize winners by our chief guest, Professor Kamakoti. Please rise now for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलति तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागी तव शुभ आशीष मागी गागे तव जय गाता जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे